Hey, this is Max. I am back with another CSR2 video. So I have here with me a Max Venom GT Final Edition. Purple star, 5 stars. It is a fast car for a T5. In fact, one of the faster ones in the game at a 7.480 dyno. Somebody has already beaten this dyno slightly for a world record run. I, for one, can't do that well. But it's really not that difficult a car to drive as long as you get it on the perfect launch. Get the first two shifts early enough so they don't bounce off the red line, and you should do okay. Not necessarily great, but 7.529 kind of slow. But I did make a 7.486 run before, so not that hard to drive. Pretty good car, very fast. How useful is this car going to be to the average player? Well, thanks for the gas, Alex. Keep sending them. To the average player, I think this car is of limited use. Here's why. Yes, it's very fast max. So Tempest 3 is no problem, right? If you have this car even with just 2 stage 6s, the right ones, like nitrous and trans or nitrous and body, you would easily breeze through Tempest 3. He's on a roll said he'd be gas. This is like the fourth one. So what happens is that it'll beat Tempest 3, so it's great use there. It's a beautiful car. But is it really all that useful in live? I mean, ultimately, these purple stars give you extra RP points, bonuses, right? So you want to use this car in live. The good news is, and the bad news at the same time, is that you probably get put in close to Supermax, if not Supermax lobby. And in these lobbies, what happens is you have a lot of top crew players. And most of the top crew players will swap and they will honor the swap. So you can get into that lobby, you find a swapper, you can swap with them. The bad news is 90% of the cars in this lobby will be faster than yours, including this guy, even this guy, this here, that one definitely. Okay, so when you go into that lobby, you have to know that you're basically the runt of the litter. You got the slowest car in here, or one of the slowest cars in here, as compared to the majority of the people you're actually racing with. So yes, it's fast maxed, but by being maxed, you know you're stuck at that cap. So therefore, the guys that are in there with you that are faster than you, they know as well that there's no chance in hell you're going to beat them in a race. So it becomes a matter of, do they want to honor the swap with you, or do they just want to take a win from you when they feel like it? I don't know about you, but I don't quite like being in that position. And that is what will ultimately kill this car for me as far as using it in live. I don't mind swapping. I do it all the time. I run the symbol. But I don't swap for a whole hour easily because I tend to fall asleep about 30 minutes into it. So for me to be in a top lobby with top tier players from top crews that are looking to make their 300,000 points a day, I'm more of a liability than an asset to them in that lobby. I think I'm better off going into a slower lobby, playing with guys that are at my level more, that are not stressed about missing out a few, few points here and there in an hour. So that's where I'm going to end up at. So a maxed Hennessy Venom GT Spider is not that useful to me. This kind of brings me to a point I want to discuss, which is people in this game always ask, well, what does the car run maxed? What does the car run maxed? Well, that's great to know, but what I can tell you is this. What most cars run maxed, all it does is saying that someone else will still be faster than you. So there are cars that run 8.9 maxed, 7.6 maxed, 7.4 maxed, 7.7 maxed. But the way the lobbies are set up near the top is that it becomes a really big variance bracket. So in the 7.1, basically 7.17, which is what the hops cars can potentially run, all the way down to about 7.6, you're all lumped together. So your 7.48 is kind of towards the lower half of that. Okay, not extremely competitive. Then the lobby jumps from 7.7 to about 7.9, and then 7.9, 8.0 to 8.2, 8.3. So about every 300th, 3/10 of a second, you get a kind of a lobby from there on slower. But the fastest lobby is kind of big. And if you don't have the fastest type of car, then it's not really a heads-up race. I mean, you're just going in there and begging for some swaps. I'm not going to do that. I'll go ahead and put myself back in the slower lobby where I can still race and have a chance. But that really is the issue with any max car that is in a lobby, because if you're in your max car lobby, your car has no potential to go faster than what that max time will be. And therefore, if you're lobbied against another car that is faster than you and tuned to that lobby, your chance of losing becomes a lot greater. So I find that I don't end up using absolutely maxed out cars much unless it is either Hobbs GTX, because nobody's going to be faster than you and you can't get bumped up, or at this point the Cayman Vorsteiner, which in T3 again is the top of the tiers and cannot be bumped and cannot be beaten. That becomes a pure skill challenge. You just got to know how to drive the car so that you're faster than the other guy with the max Hobbs or the other guy with the max Vorsteiner. So those are the only two max cars that are really, really worth it. The rest of these cars, you don't really need them maxed. In fact, you're probably better off modifying them stage-wise and tuning-wise to put yourself at the top of certain lobby brackets, and you win more, and you know that you're not going to easily get beaten. So this car, again, beautiful car, very fast, easy Tempest 3 vehicle, but unless you're a dedicated swapper and that's what you want to do, it won't be all that useful maxed out. As far as racing in lower brackets, well, I have never been really good with beating the dyno with the Venoms, and that is a problem, because if it can't beat dyno and other cars in lower brackets can in fact beat dyno, you're at a disadvantage. So it won't be a car that's easy to win a lot with, and therefore it kind of gets crossed off my list pretty fast. So in the end, I am not going to get a lot of mileage out of this car, just like I didn't with the Venom GT nor the Venom Spider that I already had. But is it cool to have? Yeah, absolutely. It's a 5-star purple car, tier 5, one of the fastest in the game. Yeah, it's great to have it. From a collecting standpoint, every cool looking car in the game is worth it to have. But from a racing standpoint, if you don't have a max GTX or a max Vorsteiner and you want to race to win, then it really doesn't need to be maxed. You don't need a max car. You just need a car that's faster than everybody else in that bracket. And that's really something I always try to explain to new players. Don't worry about maxing out your car as quickly as possible. Worry about maxing your fusions out and getting your car above 1000 Evo so that you can make the RP points. Then tune the car in a way that you can dominate whatever bracket you end up in, whether it be 10-3 or 9-2 or 8-5. As long as you're winning, you're doing fine. And if you can control the win and losses, you can swap at any time with anybody because you know they can't take advantage of you. And that's basically my view on the racing in the game. I don't mind racing in slower lobbies. I don't think you need a max car of any sort unless you want to be in the top tier just to, swap with the guys in the top crews. With regard to this car, bottom line, one of the faster T5s, beautiful looking car, doesn't beat dyno by much, even if you do beat dyno with great driving, and ultimately it will be good for Tempest 3. So that's really the final assessment I have on it. I'm not looking at it in the future as a go-to car. I certainly like it, but I don't think I'll be using it that much. And again, I'm going to try to drive a little better this time and see if I can beat my last run. Actually, a little bit easier to drive this car not on the keyboard, but on the phone. But again, the shifts, the main thing is the shifts. You got to get a perfect launch. The first 2 shifts can't hit red line. And then after that, you want to try to get closer to red line. I'm sure whoever does the world record runs will do their own video and they'll show you the best way to shift this car. Oh, more gas. Now at this point, it's not registering, so I think I can get like 4 or 5 a day. I think 10 max a day from someone, and it's within 24 hours or something like that. So the additional gas that's being sent is no longer helping me. But the final conclusion I have is that if you like the car and you want to be in the lobbies to use it, by all means use it. But it's not going to be a car that I'm going to see in slower lobbies dominating other cars. I just don't foresee that. Every time a new car comes out, you'll see a rash of them being used in live, and then they kind of disappear. That tells you something. That tells you that car is not going to be a long-term winner. People don't stop using a car if they're winning. They stop using it because they get frustrated with it. They can't seem to win, and after a while, you just find a new car. So let's see how often we see this final edition in the slower lobbies. One is not too many people have it. 2, I just don't see it being that common in the slower lobbies in the first place. So we'll see. And, you know, I'm sure you guys have your thoughts on it. I know I rambled on quite a bit about my thoughts on the way the racing and the Max cars are set up. Feel free to make comments and give me your thoughts on that. I'm always open to dialogue. And if you like the video, leave a like. I know this video is not that interesting, so feel free not to leave a like. And in addition, subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a video soon on the next season's PC car. Assuming Natural Motion doesn't change it again, it's going to be the SLS AMG, which I happen to have one sitting around since 2017, earlier in the year. So because I believe it was used as a Prestige Cup car before. That might be a recycled. So that car, I will do the Stage 6 stuff on it and let you guys know about that. And I know someone mentioned to me about using the BMW AM235i for Tempest 3. I'll be making a video on that car specifically as well. So feel free to subscribe so you can get the notifications. And as always, I thank you for watching my videos.